Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So I'm going to start about Azure Devops services, which is a Azure cloud-based service which we are using for creating Azure pipelines, managing the Azure repository, and then managing the Azure projects in Azure Cloud, Azure DevOps Server. So basically, now I am going to create one DevOps project, which is going to be hosted. Like I'm using my own login to with a private repository to create a private repository in Azure DevOps server. So this is the private repository I'm going to create. So after giving the project name and description, I will just create it, and it will be a private project. So it will be accessible to my login and my users which are added in this account. I'm just creating this Azure repository project. Once the project is created, I can see the different options here, like the dashboard, wiki pages, Azure boards, Azure reports, Azure pipelines, Azure test plans, Azure artifacts, Azure project settings, and all. So once we I click on Azure DevOps, I can see that one DevOps project has been created. So this is the basic overview of Azure DevOps. What are the services available in Azure DevOps server? So you can see that we can like create a work items. We can like work like whenever we have working in a project, so we have to manage the work items. So we use that Azure boards to manage the work items for like whatever the methodology we are using, like Scrum or Agile. So based on that, we are using Azure boards, and then managing the product backlogs. Like if your development team is working on any feature item or any bug or an issue, so we can use this backlogs to manage those items. And like if you're delivering something, so we use sprints for delivering the projects. And there are other options like queries, delivery plans, and it will be so we going to use it later on whenever it's required. And then going with Azure repository. So in Azure repository, we have like we can fork a new repository, or we can clone a new repository. We can create a new repository here, a new repository for source code management. Like if we going for a version control system, so we have to create a repository here, and then we have to clone locally in any other development tools like VS Code or Visual Studio, and there we can like work, and we can just commit our changes in the Azure DevOps server repository. So here in this steps we can just float this repository, and we can create it, like we can clone it here. So in this way we can just initialize the repository here, and we can clone in our local machine. So now I have created one repository, so we can clone in Visual Studio. We can commit make the commits here. Like by default, one commit has been added. If you want to upload some files and we want to make some commits, so we can do it directly from here as well. Like uploading the files, like we can upload the files from here. We can browse from the local machine, and we can upload files here. So I'm just uploading one document, and I'm just putting some comment, and I'm just pushing to the main branch. Okay. So like this way we can create a repository, we can manage the repository, we can create the branches. So like you can see the default branch is main branch. We can create a new branch also from the main branch, or like test branch. And you can see one more branch has been created, and it's come from the main branch. So it's in whatever there in the main branch, it's came into the test branch. And now we can make our changes, and we can commit the changes in the test branch. Also we have a branches option. There we can manage the branches. We have different settings which we can configure here in the branches. Like we can create a branch policy, branch security, we can put the logs, we can view the history, we can view the files. Okay. And then we can work on pull request. We can for merging the changes between two branches. So these all options are there in the report, and we have a pipeline. We have a test plans to create a test plan, run the test plans. Yeah, that's all about the Azure. And also we have artifactories also, so which we can use to store the artifactories, which we can connect to the feed, and we can store the artifactories. So these all things are there in Azure Azure DevOps server.